alive. I started a little early, because I had to use the bathroom, and I was like, shit, it's about time. Um, let me start it in case I take too long on the shitter. I'm gonna be real, that's what it was. I just had to use the bathroom, and I wanted to be sure that I would be fine come start a stream. I think this game has maybe 2 or 3 more streams, if you count this one, left in the tank. It depends on how long the final area is, because I forget, and I forget if there's something between, what's going to start happening once I deliver these keys and otherwise. I didn't grind for money like I initially planned, so, my cannon's not as busted. I was a little busy during the week, and I was also playing some shit with some friends, so I kind of just didn't get the time. I didn't even stream yesterday. I originally planned to do a one-off stream of a dumb game that I will do next week, but I was just so tired yesterday that I just got home from work and was like, I'm going to just sleep for a little while, which I tried to do, but my cat didn't let me. So I was just out of it that day. I'm still not sure what I want to play after this. I was originally thinking Crash 2, but I'm not really thinking that at the moment. Maybe I'll see how I'm feeling once I beat the game. And I might start hankering for something, something different. I know this year in October I want to do at least one spooky game this time. Last year I didn't do a spooky game because I think I was in the middle of what was I? Oh, it was because I was still doing Final Fantasy at that point. Because that was that basically those 2 years were like a big stretch of just big games. Which is why I started doing a lot of these smaller ones. When I say smaller, this one's like kind of a medium-sized game. It's definitely got a good size to it. It's got some heft. With it being 10 hours. Also, let me turn the screen on because I'm going to be calling them in a second anyway, so... And honestly, I just use this for the music in the background, since I'd be using Mega Man Legends music anyway, and, like, there's no, like, game audio other than this, so, like, why not? Lazy? Yes. But it's effective. I'll be calling them in just a couple of seconds. But, yeah, I don't really know what I want to do after this, because I don't really want to do Tronbon. I'm not really feeling doing Tronbon. I like Tronbon, but Tronbon's a very different flavor of game. And I'm not really craving it right now. I just wanted to play the original duology of Mega Man. Which is what I did. And here we are. At the Flutter. Alright, let me give them a call. Where are the boys? Or Singular Boy. Or Singular Boy and then later Boys. We'll find out. That's usually how the recipe goes. Hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
Surviving.
I feel you. We should only have, like, 2 or 3 more streams of this game, I believe.
Oh, we're nearly done. Oh, no.
Yep. I don't remember how long the final dungeon is, because I know there's going to be some fights once I deliver these keys. I don't remember the length of the final dungeon. Actually, hold on, before I actually go there, I should double-check my canteen to make sure it's full. Oh, it looks like I did all that at the end of the last stream. Good, good, good. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's, like, something in between going to the moon. I know there's a lot of cutscenes. There's going to be a fuckload of cutscenes.
I think I know what's between that. I think it's a bunch of space.
The one place not corrupted by capitalism. Space. Yeah, well, listen. Right now, it's not in this world. In the world that we're playing the game in, because they're dead.
I mean, actually, I say that there's a very real chance we might be seeing major economic recession in the next couple months.
Probably.
Now that Sora's gone and OpenAI is scrambling to quote unquote readjust again, and they're being sued by Microsoft. And the brain damage.
Don't worry, Disney still is like, no, we're definitely still pro AI, guys.
It'll be very interesting when like all the AI companies are gone.
It is one of the biggest dominoes to fall, so it really does show you that it's begun.
Well, it's always just it's the same. The thing that will cause it will be the same thing that causes all the other economic crashes we've seen, which will be everybody's laughing, having fun, and then somebody looks down and goes, "Wait a second, there's no actual money here."
Yeah, because basically what it is, so all these different companies, and there's a bunch of smaller ones too. Basically their idea was what they thought would work is they're like, all right, we'll kill the other ones, have it be cheap, and then become the monopoly, and then sell it for a lot of money. But it didn't work.
Well, the idea is they're trying to tackle it in the way that like other like major startups have worked in the past. Like social media's worked in much the same way, where you had a bunch of smaller social media companies until eventually like one emerged as the dominant force, or
Yeah.
Uber as like the dominant taxi service, effectively. And the problem with AI is the sheer cost involved.
Yeah, the cost involved was not good. It just was not conducive. That's something we've known since the beginning of this shit. And, people with a brain cell.
Oh, people also knew that. It's just the difference is that well, most of the financial people knew exactly what was going on. The difference is that their plan is or was and still is to sell at the height and earn as much profit as possible just before the crash.
Yep.
Like, that's always the plan. Like I said, the other tech startup companies function much of the same way in that they effectively trade on nothing or trade at a loss on the basis that they will call a market, like you said, and then be able to slash services. Because, well, what else can do? It's like Uber, like, dramatically decreased its, like, overall, like, dramatically slashed, like, its expenditures by, reducing services, upping prices, all those sort of normal, like, all the sort of normal evil, scummy things that corporations do.
And they were starting it, honestly, like, even, like, 2-3 years ago, because I remember, I scheduled in Uber... I think I scheduled like an Uber, I scheduled an Uber like pickup. Oh no, it was like 4 years ago. I scheduled like an Uber pickup from the airport, and because it was then it was then like the prices went up for like at the amount of time because there was a game going on at the time that they realized, so they canceled my thing and then made me redo it and like charged me through the nose, but I didn't really have any other choice.
Yeah, and that's effectively the strategy that they wanted. It was the same that like you said, the same sort of strategy that AI companies would have had, and that eventually one of them would emerge as the dominant, and they would be able to go from there. The problem is that the expenditures for other tech startups have been somewhat manageable off of normal like ways in which companies make money, ads, subscriptions, etc., etc. AI literally cannot afford that.
Yeah.
Like it's even aside from the insane cost, like just in terms of insane cost of these things are to run. There's the actual environmental factors, which you're talking gigawatts of power necessary for data centers,
which is insane.
Is substantial amounts of power, and especially when we're looking at an energy crisis. And bearing in mind, like, we were already kind of seeing it with Nvidia's CEO just sending bullshit every year of some new major thing, and things that nobody actually wants or actually can use or even go anywhere. But yeah, now we're finally I think finally people are starting to investors are finally starting to question. So when do we actually start making money? And suddenly you've got hell, the metaverse went down a week or two ago, and I don't think we talked about it.
Yeah, I don't think we did, but yeah, they went down.
What's that, like $10-20 billion of investment just down the drain, just gone?
Yeah.
That was for working towards actually something. It's not like a lot of other one of the other big problems with the AI industry right now is you effectively just have a lot of all of the major players are effectively trading the same investment back and forth.
Oh yeah, that was the trick was that they were basically just trying to. They're essentially like they're like, oh wait, we figured out infinite money. We just keep rotating the money with ourselves over and over again. This will work. Yes, it of course does not work like that.
Well,
It's
the
like
idea being, the
Yeah.
idea being that that each of these companies will invest in each other, and rather than like the actual investment being what matters is you can then tell people that this is the amount of money you have earned, or this is the amount of money you're projected to earn, or might earn, or whatever, and then that it can attract more people who are going to go, well, I can see that this is growing money, I will therefore put my money in, and that's how they actually grow money, and that's like how the banking system has operated since, well, the 80s, you know, since deregulation and all that. We saw how well that worked out as soon as somebody went, I think there's any money here, guys. But yeah, and part of the other big issue with AI is because there was so much money involved in the investment process. The only reason the American economy has been able to claim that has had growth this last year is because of the sheer amount of money going into AI. But of course, like, that's a non-starter because, well, even if the technology was there to do any of the things that they claim it can do, it's not. You know, there's been countless. There's been plenty of studies shown by like reputable places and colleges that basically demonstrate that large language models cannot cope with most of the with 96% of tasks that are given to them.
Ask it for the seahorse emoji.
I mean, ask it for a recipe, and it will quite literally provide you something lethal.
Oh yeah, but the seahorse emoji is funny. Because what it'll do is, it'll be like, alright, here's a seahorse emoji. Uses a unicorn. Okay, that's not the seahorse emoji. Alright, here it is. Haha, just kidding. And it just infinite loops.
Yeah. And you have, like, other problems like AI psychosis or dependency because its designs have been expressly designed to target people who have these, like, who have tendencies towards that, you know, being incredibly sycophantic and complimentary. And of course, you know, since they're very difficult to regulate because of regulate in terms of what they're going to say, because of how they, you know, process information or utilize the information, you will invariably get shit where, like, you know, the Fortnite thing where Darth Vader's just dropping his top racial slurs.
My top racial slurs are...
And like that is... Oh, it was real there. It was real slurs.
No, I know. I'm not gonna say a real one.
Howard.
Yes.
I trust everyone unless they give me a reason not to. But you don't live as long as I have without taking precautions.
But yeah, so it's a doomed idea that everybody got way too invested in and is now.
I remember, was it like seeing a thing where, like, you know, for a little bit they were like, yeah, you'll be able to generate an entire video game with it. Someone like did the math on that, and the amount of energy required would be more than the fucking sun.
I thought I felt something.
Like any sort of like actual look into any of the claims that people gave you, kind of like even with like without like knowledge of economics or even like a basic or like understanding of the way the energy infrastructure works or anything like that, people should realize like. Okay, so if you say we're going to be like an AI first company, we're going to make sure that AI is the forefront of development of whatever product you're doing. The problem is that's not actually going to save you anything because, well, first off, you still have to have people to push the buttons. Second of all, you then need to spend more money so people can correct the problems that are caused by generative AI because, I mean, it's like, as functional as it is, it will never be good enough for what people actually need it to be. For the simple fact that AI doesn't have a brain.
Yeah.
Which sounds silly. Like, people genuinely think when, like, the little chat GPT box says thinking, that it's actually thinking, and it's like, it's not.
Yeah, they think it's like they think it's like Mega Man or like whatever science fiction robot you want to put it in right here.
Yeah, they think it's like. Yeah, I mean, to use a video game example, they think it's Cortana.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, and it is not capable of thought, which means that it's not capable of processing information in the way that a human brain can. Well, most human brains, obviously, there's, you know, certain people who can't process information.
There's a lot of idiots out there.
Yeah. So, as I said, it was a technology that was fundamentally sort of like doomed from the get-go. And because basically they managed to con enough people, it's built up into this monstrosity that will, like, you know, crash and burn. And
What are you doing?
You can only hope the right people suffer. I mean, they won't, because I'm sure Sam Altman will duck out and get away with it like he does every company he buys, hypes up, and then inevitably crash and burns when people realise, oh, he's lied about it again.
What have I done?
You should ask yourself that question, Yuna.
Like I said, anybody who sort of like is trying, anybody who's like seemingly sensible, like has actual money and is trying to like say no guys, the AI thing is still good. It's still good. They are just people who are just trying to make the most amount of their investment before it all goes tits up. There's no actual belief in the technology, because if there was belief in the technology, they wouldn't need to try and posit all of these like ways to scalp money, because it would just be the technology would be so useful and ubiquitous that we'd have to all adopt it. And it's not happening. Like Microsoft can tell you with their Copilot like numbers being so bad they had to like forced it
into my older fucking software.
Yeah, but even then, like the whole reason why they changed like Microsoft 365 into Microsoft Copilot is so that they can then say we've had this amount of people now using Copilot when they're not. But you just say that. It's the classic tactic of, well, what if we just say this is the thing, this is true. It's like, you know, when certain governments like to pretend, like to say, well, we've tackled homelessness, and what they do is they just redefine what it means to be homeless.
You know what to do.
Are you sure?
Like, that's it. There's no actual decrease in the number. It's just, well, he's not. This one doesn't technically count as homeless. So it's the same thing with Copilot adopters. You know, technically speaking, these people, all of these companies and people now are using Copilot, just not actually.
Yeah.
Go up on deck. Geets should be there. Where we go from here is up.
But it's fine. I can all just go work in Epic.
Do
Oh.
you fight Geets? Or do you give him the master's genetic sample? Confused?
Listen, they're spending a lot of money on collabs and fucking paying for weird lawsuits for other people to file.
Doesn't really matter.
I mean,
They need it. They need to do anything other than provide a good service.
Now, don't try to think about
yeah, I mean, you know, it's not. Yeah, I mean, they're only a small indie company. It's not like they have a literally infinite money-making machine right now to justify having.
Well, actually, it hasn't been making money in a while because of the expenses of all those fucking collabs.
Well, Megan, what are you going
And
to
also,
do?
they haven't been making money on their service because of, well, nobody wants to use it because it sucks, and they've been giving out a bunch of free games, which is more lost money. So they've been bleeding cash for a while.
Well, that's because of their strategy to try and take on Steam, which was to try and effectively bribe people with
Yeah,
free games.
their attempts have been bribe and like the lawsuit shit, and basically anything other than just make a service that people would enjoy using. And it sucks because when they first announced Epic, I'll be honest, I was like, oh cool, a competitor to Steam, we need one. Like a viable one with some money behind it. But no.
I mean, if they'd have just done a simple thing of, like, just make a functioning storefront and then, like, use your infinite money to get, like, 3 or 4, like, good timed exclusive sort of deals, that would have been enough to get people to adopt it.
Considering Fortnite was already there, there would have been a number of people that would have switched over to them if the service was good, because they'd be like, well, I don't feel like booting up Steam now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 3 or 4, like, good,
would I have switched? Probably not, but a lot of people would have.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even a matter of switching, because the simple solution would be you just have both.
Well, when I say switching, I mean which one they would use majority, because they would probably be like, well, I'm going to use this one more because it's easier to, because it's easier to just use the one more, so they would be leaning towards Epic in the scenario where they decide to make it a good service, but they didn't.
Then, now we're just in this position of Epic's a dogshit company and Epic's a dogshit storefront and has to do a whole bunch of stuff to make that just looks bad, like firing 1,000 people is never a good look. Meanwhile, Valve kind of just gets away with it, murder. What if Gabe could actually just kill someone? People might still be like, yeah, but, what are you going to do? I mean, I guess roundabout ways you could probably argue that like the CS:GO casinos are murder over a long period of time because gambling addiction is the most lethal addiction in the world.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about that because that would be we don't then have to like talk about actual regulations or looking into these sort of things, and we don't want to do that because that'd be difficult. Better to just tell the gambling companies that okay, but you just need to put a label that says this is bad for you because that historically works really well against people with crippling addictions.
Definitely.
Remember, just have a pop-up reminder to say that you've played this much. Okay, just wanted to let you know you've played this much. We've done our legal obligation.
Man, some of them are so aggressive. I remember the last phone anything I played for a little bit was there was a Metal Slug one that I played, and I only played it for like a day. And within that time period of me playing it, it started aggressively trying to get me to spend money, and I went and I turned it off because I was like, yeah, I'm not falling down this hole, no thank you. I fell down the gacha hole one time, got myself out, and refused to ever go back into that shit.
Yeah.
I've talked about that before, me busting out a gacha. It never got as bad as what it's gotten for some people, but I am also not like every person who's gotten into it. A lot more people don't have that hold on a second, way before anything goes wrong and get out.
For this and only this purpose.
I mean, of the 3 gachas I play, they're all card games, and 2 of which I don't spend any money on, and the 3rd is Hearthstone, so technically I just treat expansions as a
Oh, there's nothing
game.
wrong with not spending money. It was just what got me to stop spending any kind of money on them. But most of the time I don't play them because a lot of times it's like, oh, especially if they start hitting that point where it's like, oh, this is now a power creep sink, and I'm not having fun, so I'm leaving. Bye.
Just gotta take the stance when it comes to the sort of most popular gachas is that if I want to look at the waifus, I can just look at the waifus.
Yeah.
Why bother playing the game?
Because I enjoyed the Fire Emblem one for a time when it was a decent strategy, but a decent little pocket size. I just play a couple maps and be done with it, sort of thing. But as it got more power creepy, it was like, okay, well, there's not really any strategy anymore. It's just make something comically overpowered or get the comically overpowered character in a random pull, and then that's it. That's not fun. And that's not really fun, so.
Yeah.
Though artificially created, in the end, they may be closer to people than you think.
Yeah,
But yes.
game
The people living there
I've been playing Soul Reaver Remastered.
They suffer all these things.
How's that
in the
been?
end.
I'm enjoying it. I do like that you can literally switch between updated graphics and original PS1 graphics at the click of a button.
I wish more games did that, because I usually just want to play in the old visuals, I'll be honest.
Of happiness.
Yeah.
I wish the Insane Trilogy had that, where I could just be like, oh, let me just go back to PS2. PS1, not 2.
I'd like to
Yeah,
ask you,
but it is a neat feature, and I don't know. Soul Reaver's like that game where it's honestly the rare game where I'm like, I think I would just enjoy watching this series more as a movie, because I don't think it's bad, but I do think it's limited.
Yeah, at least I never really played them.
Because
I want to at some point.
Because the story's great, and the voice acting's great, and all of that, and the visuals are pretty good even by PS1 standards. It's just, a lot of it is just you sure are moving a block puzzle. As was the style at the time. And for a game where it's like all about not just vampires but super vampires and swords that suck souls, you're kind of like, I'm sat there thinking, boy, I sure would love to be doing some air juggles and combos here. Which isn't like a knock against the game. Oh no, it came out 5 years before Devil May Cry, so it's hardly fair to judge it by the standards of, man, I sure do wish this was like Devil May Cry. But yeah, as I said, it's a game that I probably enjoy more as a movie than a full playing experience. But that just kind of goes to show how good the story and the characters and the voice acting is. That even if it's a game I'm not hate it, don't hate, but I'm meh on, but I still want to keep playing because I'm like, man.
No, I can kind of get that. What was it? Oh yeah, I remember now. Like a Dragon, I think the battle system just sucks. But
Yakuza
7, yes. I think the battle system sucks, but I do like the story and the characters.
Yeah, that was kind of my thing. I never actually wound up finishing 7, just because I was like, I don't know. It's like I get what they want. They wanted to do
I
like
made up
it's
my
the
mind,
joke of we want to do the old school Dragon Quest
Carry
RPG,
on.
but it's like doesn't feel
Come on.
mechanically deep enough for me to enjoy the RPG
I want you to
mechanics.
destroy
The issue
system.
with it is, well,
I
it has
realize
things
now
that you would
you're
look at and be
wrong.
like, okay, this should be a bit of depth, where it's like, oh,
Correct
you can
my
attack
mistake.
multiple targets, or you can do this.
Make
But
things right again.
the thing is, it's kind of jank in the fact that, like, a lot of times it doesn't work because
luck,
characters
son.
kind of move around randomly. They're also, their
long as
idle
you-
animations shift with their positions
stop it,
sometimes. And it makes it so, like, trying to
time
do
to
anything
listen.
other than just hit him with a stick over and
Delete
over
all data
again.
from the
Kind
library,
of just,
understand?
most of the time.
Please, man.
And honestly, most of the time you just want to just snowball them, like, rather than, like doing any kind of thought. So it's just kind of not great as a system. And also, even, like, the blocking system doesn't work sometimes because... So a lot of action RPGs do the thing where it's like, alright, react and then, like, block before it hits you. But what a lot of them do, and Yakuza 7 doesn't do, is when it's the enemy's turn, they pause, reset the camera, and then the enemy attacks. And then you can see it, you react, and then either you blocked it because you react in time, or you didn't because you didn't. In 7, the attack happens right away, and the distance of the enemy can vary the timing, and the camera could be God knows where, and you just might not be able to react to it and get hit.
Yeah.
And even if that doesn't, like, kill you, because it usually doesn't, because the game's not really that hard, it just makes it annoying. Because it's like, wow, thanks for punching me in the mouth when I couldn't do anything about it. Great, thank you. I really appreciate that. Fuck you.
So that's what this is all about.
You're welcome.
Like, I would rather play a game that kills me over and over again, I feel is fair, than a game that isn't hard, but will occasionally just, like, you know, throw a Lego on my foot that I couldn't avoid. Because that's just annoying.
Also, it's gonna sound weird. I feel like the sort of world progression doesn't really, like, for a Yakuza game doesn't really suit an RPG kind of thing. So you know what I mean? Like, as you progress through an RPG world, you like unlock things like the airship or fast travel or anything like that. And probably with Yakuza 7 for me is it's like, yeah, it still is just Yakuza, so you still have to like just kind of walk and do all of the usual Yakuza things. Then you don't just get the catharsis of beating someone up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go back and actually try and finish 7.
I have not gotten to finish it, because like I said, I wasn't really enjoying the battles, though I did like the story, and then other games are coming out that I just wanted to, you know, play.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, like we talked about before, neither of us kind of liked how the direction of the series went over time anyway, so it's kind of that thing where it's hard for me to give a fuck anymore. And also seeing where the direction goes after 7, to where I give even less of a fuck.
Though his
Yeah, I mean-
So my motivation's in the fucking ground, buried.
From your little monkey
Yeah.
friend.
Oh no, it's the kind of thing of I really wish
Get
Yakuza had of
property
like
that will take you back to Elysium.
focus more on doing like the
can
spin-off
find both
stuff
of
more
us where
than
you initially
continuing
came
like
to
the
Terra.
story of
The
Kiryu.
choice is yours.
Kiryu
The Master's
should have been
final
retired,
wish,
like...
or follow the
Kiryu
path
should
the
have died.
system
I'm
has
just gonna
chosen.
say he should have died
actually died.
Find us when you make up your mind.
because you know he'd
By
done
not
everything.
killing him, by not killing him, Sega could be like, hey,
Look in any
Kiryu.
library and you can find a
By not killing
history
him,
of
they can
civilization
in
as we
case
know
of
it,
emergency
but
smash
there's nothing
smash
we
glass.
can
yeah, if they don't know what to
before
do, they can
we
bring him
started
out.
recording events.
And they did, like, immediately.
Why? Now
Yeah, like
I
we
know
got
didn't
one game of
kill.
Judgment,
We
which
were
people
creative.
really liked. Judgment
One
did
day,
well,
boom, there we were, with a
and
language
then
culture unlike
immediately it's
ours.
like, all right, Yakuza 7
I wanted to
and
know
Kiryu's
who built
back.
all the ruins
Might not be a
and
main
why they were
character
there.
yet.
We owe everything to the master.
Well, it's actually funny. He was just like like an
I
optional
don't
boss
know
you could
whether
fight, which
this
that's
master
fine.
system should
And
be
like he's like
destroyed or
there
not.
in the
It
background,
would be
and then they
for
gave him
me.
his own
You're
mini
in your
game,
hands,
and then
my
he's one of the
friend.
main
Do what you
characters in
think
the
is
next
best.
game. And
There's nothing we can do
uh,
about it. What will be, will be.
but yeah,
Wait.
my hot take with
I don't
Yakuza
know
is
what your life
I
was like before
I-
we met, but
story wise, I
what you
really
think is
only
right,
like when
no
I
matter
think about
what.
it, like really critically. I
I'll
think I
keep
only like 3
looking
games,
until I find my
story-wise and
parents,
gameplay-wise as a whole.
you're the
And that's
most
0,
important
1,
thing in my
2.
life. If not
I
for
like
you,
6's story right up
I wouldn't have
until
been able to
the
do all
end,
the
right
things
up
I've
until the not revealed that
that's why I know you'll do
Kiryu
what's best
lives.
for me.
So
For
I'll
everyone.
kind of like
Come on,
poke at
let's
each
go.
each
She's
of them with a
waiting for
stick
us.
that I didn't exclude
Right.
there. Like 0, I know I poked at a bit for some of the pacing stuff, but it's fine.
Watch out, it's Kuze again.
Yeah, like that fucking annoys me. People are like, oh no, Kuze's hyped. I'm like, no, he's not.
Kuze's back.
Again. the
Kuze's just that fucking like, it's that fucking quirky joke boss that you fight that he just hasn't realized where he is.
and well, neither did the story. But
like how it's kind of like how you fight the Bonds in this game.
Oh yeah, and I love fighting them. They're so fun.
Yeah. They're like a threat in quotations, but at least they appreciate that they have nothing.
Yeah, they are a gag. But the other thing too, the difference between say the Bonds and them is that the story knows that that's what they are, doesn't treat them as anything else. Where Kuze, I'm supposed to believe every time Kuze shows up, it's like, oh shit, it's Kuze.
Especially since you win every fight.
Yeah.
Like, it's no argument of, oh, well, I had to cut this short, we'll finish this later. It's like, no, you win. And then Kuze's like, I'll get you next time, Kiryu. No, you won't.
Next time. And then the cat screeches.
It's not even good enough to be Dr. Claw.
But, so, like, that's like the one I have with Zero. 1 and 2, I really don't...
Be careful.
Can't think of a complaint I have. They're good. They're just really good. 3... Oh, my disdain for 3. And I'm not talking about the remake, which is apparently even worse. 3 has the issue of... They got a new head writer, and it's the director now, and the director fucking hated Kaoru. So... fucking writes her off in the stupidest way possible. It gets even funnier when later on they don't even, like, in the game series, they don't even say her name. Like, she's completely unpersoned. It's fucking hilarious, the contempt he has for her. The pacing of that story is so shit. Like, okay, so it takes a while to build up with, like, the orphanage, whatever, that's fine. I'm not even complaining about that. But once the plot finally wakes up, it's like, alright, we're gonna do some shit. And we're like, alright, we're gonna go to Kamurocho. Kiryu, my dog! So then you spend 2 hours chasing after this fucking dog. And then, finally get to Kamurocho. You start doing Yakuza shit, they immediately kill off one of the characters, like, in 2 seconds. Like from the first 2 games. He just dies really unceremoniously. Kind of funny. Not in a good way. And after they kill him, they then immediately send you back more shenanigans with the children again, and this takes up a good like 6 hours. Then finally, the plot wakes up again, and it stays there this time. Finally, and it's just I don't care for how Kiryu's written. Kiryu's like kind of almost like comically stupid, like at the end of the game when you get stabbed by that guy, and like something that just feels like it was written by a kid. Whereas like, yo, just take my hand, and get shanked in the fucking streets. And also obviously the combat sucks in that game. Oh, just wall bound them every time. Oh, that's really fun. Yeah, I like doing that. It's so fun. Let me just do this one thing throughout the entire game. Why don't I just put a drinky board on the controller then instead? Fuck you.
I'm gonna say it. We should have left Kamurocho by now.
Yes. All right. Then there's 4. 4, I will say overall, I like significantly better. And 4 only like the worst part of 4 is honestly it's Kiryu. I'll be honest. I think he could have just not been in the game, and it would have been better. Kiryu's fun to play as, but I just mean like in terms of story, it's like. But we didn't need Kiryu. 5 is what was it? I liked 5 literally up until the fucking baseball player guy. The last guy you play as, the porn writer, former baseball player guy.
Nothing wrong with writing porn.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I just hated playing him, and I just did not care for his character. So like the second you started playing as I started playing as, I'm like, oh no. The ending was pretty shit, where it's just like, what do we do for the final guy? This random asshole. Fuck it. I don't know. So the final fight, well, cool to play, story-wise was just shit. But like overall, I enjoyed it. And then 6, I overall positive towards it, but things that annoy me are stuff like, obviously we were talking about Kiryu not dying. A lot of Kiryu's writing annoys me in it. Like, there's the thing where in this game, randomly, he stops referring to Haruka as his daughter. And they start calling Daigo his son. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Since when? What are you fucking talking about? And, one of the things I'll make fun of Kiryu for is that, like, so Haruka copies Kiryu's shit, where Kiryu's like, oh, I guess I gotta go to prison again. Go to prison. But Dad, I need you. Nah, I'm gonna go to prison. Hey, we could literally get you out. Nah, I gotta go to prison. And then his daughter copies him, and then he's mad at her for copying him, and doesn't go, hey, wait, hold on. I shouldn't have done that. Why am I an idiot? Anyway, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh wait, no, pretend to kill myself now.
Now I can't believe he unalived himself.
God.
She was quite worried while you were unconscious.
I
And
mean,
kept asking if
maybe,
there was anything
I
she could
don't know,
do.
maybe we should live in a world where Sega treats Kiryu like Capcom treats Jill Valentine.
Anything I told her to.
I
She
wish.
thought it would have helped to bring you back.
No, but
Once I told her you were probably going to be
It is
around,
insane the level of sheer contempt one company has for one of its main characters of a flagship franchise.
Engines are online.
I had Gats merge with the shuttle car to repair it.
Master Trigger, hurry.
Like, the fact she hasn't appeared since 5, outside of one dogshit movie that nobody watched.
Get in.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, you know what? That's still more than what Rebecca got. She got a DLC pack in 5 to play as her in Mercenaries mode. That's all she
What?
gets.
I mean, I'd argue, at the very least, like,
You know,
Jill is
really
literally
like
like
Noel and
one
all
of
the
the
other
poster people for.
No,
that.
I'm not
Even
saying
if it means
we
destroying
only have
the
one. I'm
system.
saying we need both of those characters back.
While
Is what
this
I'm trying to
unit
say.
has reservations about destroying the system, it will do
Actually,
its utmost to
incredible that
assist you.
RE9 doesn't even bring up Claire by name.
well, here we are. Let's do what we came here to do.
Nope.
The rest will take care of
For
I mean,
it.
Chris
whatever,
doesn't
nope.
even appear. Chris doesn't even appear. Just some guy's like, yeah, Captain Redfield sent us to find you. And it's like, oh, okay. And I hate Chris.
Listen, it's the Leon show now. He's gonna wear the backwards cap. He's gonna get the skateboard. Because people are really horny for Leon.
I mean, that's fine. People can be horny for whoever they want. I'm
I'm
tired
just
of
saying who they're
Leon
catering
being
to.
I'm tired of Leon being the only sort of like main cast member who, or from like the old school days, who gets to come back. Especially for a franchise that's like as obsessed as like calling back to the previous games as much as it is. It's insane to me that Chris gets to be this fucking weird DLC slash Call of Duty segment in RE7 and 8, and also he gets to be like the worst written character of all time in RE8. Once again, I don't like Chris. But like, at least he gets to show up. No idea what's happened to anyone else from like the RE1 and 2 days.
Like, the last time Claire was... at the very least, Jill had those fucking spin-off games. That was about it.
Jill had Revelations 1 and Claire had Revelations 2. But
Yeah.
remember, Revelations 2 was shared between like a bunch of characters.
It was with Moira, Barry, and then that one little girl.
Yeah.
The one who was with Barry, I forgot her name.
I know what you mean, but I'm also blanking on the name. Bearing in mind, but that's also, we then get RE6, which is Chris and Leon.
Yep. No,
And then-
no Claire, no Jill. Which is crazy for no Claire, considering Sherry's there.
Yeah.
Like, you
so-
think you would have both. You'd think you'd have both Leon and Claire. It's kind of silly.
I would have thought that after the smash success of RE2 make and the subsequent like hit stain that was RE3 make, we'd have got like some of the other characters, but no.
Nope.
I mean, RE3 make sold well. It was just dog shit. A game that is saved by virtue of RE8 exists, and I hate that more.
like, I'd make fun of you more if you weren't here, you fucker.
Yeah, effectively. If I didn't, like, despise RE8 on basically every level, RE3 remake would be, like, the punching bag of the series, to me. But it's like, man, RE8's just so fucking annoying. Because it's like... I mean, I love that the part that people only care about, which is Castle Dimitrescu for, well, reasons. But people like it because, well, it's the true Resident Evil segment because it's, you know, the large area. But,
yeah, it's the only part that feels like
fake.
Resi.
But it's
fake,
not
you know?
like that because it's fake because it is just like a straight line, effectively.
Yeah.
And everything else becomes like fucking tedious shit that's bad for replays in it, which I never understand why Resident Evil is obsessed with making these parts that are specifically designed to be annoying for replays in a game franchise where they like massively incentivize you replaying it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Like, why do we have to have so many segments where you just don't have control of the character and you're in like instant or you're not able to fight because you're playing whatever character and you just have instant death things, but it requires you to just do lots of stopping and waiting, and it's like, at least give us the option to skip this.
The floor is thinner in that spot. If you increase the relative gravity...
Oh no, Resident Evil will like continue to do gangbusters even when
it's Resident Evil.
It's not, even when it's not deserved, like 6 or 8 or a good chunk of 7.
I enjoyed 6 as like a action game, but it's not a good Resident Evil game.
Relative gravity on the other side of the entrance is heavier.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but you were also playing it with a friend, which also helps its case.
Actually, no, I didn't.
I thought you were playing with a friend.
No, that was 5.
Nah. I mean, 5's biggest problem is it's just sort of like boring. Like, people complain that, oh, well, RE5 is too action. It's like, well, it's literally just the same, following all of the space of the same footsteps as 4. Like,
yeah, even more so.
Yeah, I mean, you can't complain that like
6 is also action, but you know my point.
Like, you can't complain that like, you know, 5 is more actiony than 4, especially when they just lift whole parts of 4 into 5. Like, hey, remember the El Gigante fight? What if you do it again, but it's also a turret section?
Yeah, every problem people have with 5, boring the villagers, is also in that.
Yeah. But like, as I said, I don't hate 5. 5 is a whatever game. Very little interest in replaying it. I mean, 5 is at least the only time this series has actually been able to have a true villain.
The last time they have.
The first and last time, yes.
Oh, come on, Albert Ashford was pretty funny.
Yeah. But he just kind of has the problem of he's just there because we don't want to do Wesker. Which is sort of the problem every RE game has, which is how do we do Wesker again without doing Wesker again?
Well, Wesker was in that game.
Yeah, but he's not the main villain. He's
No.
basically there as the, I will be the main villain eventually. Chris. I am waiting for when they finally just go, fuck it, Wesker's back.
And they're getting closer to that every day, I swear.
I mean, they did the whole thing of Xeno, who's saying Wesker lines and doing Wesker moves.
And it looks like Wesker.
And looks like Wesker, and shares a voice actor with RE4 make Wesker. They really tried to say that he was Wesker, and then surprised he wasn't. But also, he was kind of irrelevant. He was pretty much irrelevant. He did nothing. You don't even have a boss fight with him. He just dies. In both endings. Also, we can then say, well, there was a 5-minute period where Spencer regretted making horrible biological weapons. So then he made a cure for all of the biological weapons. but he stored it in the super secret underground base. You know, the really secret underground lab that Umbrella had.
So secret, even he doesn't know where it is.
No, it's not the same as the secret lab in 2. No, it's not the same as the secret lab in 3.
This man likes his secret labs. Are you? Come
Brand
on, man.
new. Here to unmentioned secret lab under Raccoon City. It was so secret. It was so secret.
Even Muscular Beaver didn't know about it.
Oh yeah, they also revealed that when they actually nuked Raccoon City. Oh hey, Sebo. When they nuked Raccoon City, it wasn't to clear out the zombies. It was to destroy the secret base to prevent anybody from finding out that the government's involved in biological weapons.
Okay.
Hey, Sebo.
Prevents involved with biological weapons, you say?
Not this
To
government,
shreds, you say?
No, your government's too incompetent for that. It's the one thing. If there was a government secret, Trump would blab about it. Couldn't even keep his chief of staff's breast cancer diagnosis under wraps. Fucking disgusting. Anyway,
Honestly, it's why a lot of things I'm like, yeah, that's not. Why a lot of conspiracy theories I'm like, yeah, that's not real, because otherwise he'd be blathering about it.
Yeah, it's literally the age of conspiracy should be over because he would just say it.
That's probably why they won't tell him anything actually major.
Why the X-Files reboot is doomed.
I mean, if there were aliens, they're probably making a point to not tell him.
Yeah, but then one of them that wants to get power would tell him, and then he'd be like, "Oh, yes."
I don't know. I feel like it'd be like Independence Day, where just nobody in the president's cabinet, except possibly one person, has had any idea about Area 51.
Well, if it makes you feel better, there are no aliens, or at least no aliens that can fly through space.
I mean, you never know. Maybe our laws of physics just aren't good enough.
See, it breaks your laws of physics.
Man, isn't it so good that he's probably coming back for Transformers? Isn't that great?
I'm so happy.
How has Michael Bay not been unpersoned yet? He was in the fucking files.
Wait, he was?
Oh yeah.
I did not know that.
The director of the upcoming, or maybe not upcoming, I think we talked about this, Skibbity Toilet movie, is in the Epstein files. It might just be he, I forget the exact details, I think he just met him, but you know, it's still not a great look.
God.
Plus also, he's just kind of a prick.
What? No.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but I mean, everyone's known that. I mean, there's plenty of directors that are known as insufferable jerks that people still work with. Like James Cameron.
I work with him because he makes billions of money. Or maybe not. I don't know how this third Avatar movie did, because nobody's talking about it.
It just kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah, now you mention it, like, usually people right where we go, ha! Look at all the money it made! And I have not heard anything this time. Like, whenever you comment on it, like, say, like, okay, what happened?
Like, at least the last one had the thing of people going, oh yeah, we're finally getting those Avatar sequels that we were threatened with all those years, like, a decade ago.
I
now
actually forgot it was out. Shit.
Yeah,
and I know somebody who watched it, too. That's the fucked up part.
Then the third one came out and nobody's talking about it. Nobody cares. Oh, let me turn my phone off.
Again, it's extra funny because, again, like, I even know somebody who watched it, and now like, I'm thinking about it, like, wait, I remember someone telling me they watched it. And I fucking forgot!
So, yeah, maybe he's finally on the way out. Maybe he can just go live in the sea, as he clearly wants to do.
It would be nice.
Just go and make Rapture already, James Cameron, and get the fuck out of here. But yeah. I didn't say there was like anything big competing with the third Avatar movie either, I don't think.
I don't remember.
It was a Christmas movie, wasn't it? Or it came out at Christmas.
I think it was a holiday movie. I think, yeah.
That was normally the thing they released. I think the plan was
it came out December.
Yeah, because I think the plan was that they would be Disney's original plan was they would alternate like a Star Wars movie and then like a Star Wars big tentpole holiday movie like Avatar, and then the Star Wars movies died until the next month, I guess. Oh no,
I think the problem is it was so long and so detached from the first movie that it's just too late.
What, Avatar 2?
Avatar 2 and Avatar 3.
I mean, yeah, the whole having a 10-year gap between the first and second movie. And the problem is, I actually did watch Avatar 2, and Avatar 2 is the Incredibles 2 problem, where it is the same fucking movie as the first one. Like, why did this need like a decade plus to make? It's just the same goddamn movie.
I remember there was like one Avatar fan who I finally was able to get to tell me the plot of the movie. And I remember as they were going through it, I was like, but that's the first movie. That's just the first movie. Yeah, but it's so peak. Like, no, it's not. It's genuinely not.
Here's what you do. You take the first movie, you then put a blue filter over everything to show that they are underwater.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go, it's done. I made the movie. And that took far less time than 10 fucking years! Oh no, everybody's quiet.
Oh, I gotta fight these stupid spiders again.
I'm just looking at the news.
Well, I can tell you the news. All shit. Oh no, there was actually one bit of funny news, which is Trump lost the district that houses Mar-a-Lago flipped Democrat. That's pretty funny.
When you think about it, it makes sense.
Oh, I mean, obviously, anybody who thinks the midterms...
I mean, if Florida is consistent about one thing, it's they hate it if you screw with their gas prices.
I mean, even before, like, war in Iran, the sort of, like, midterm sweep was very likely. War in Iran just made it, like, guaranteed. And the funny thing is, the more you then talk about having, like, ICE agents and hanging around polling stations, the more it's going to make people more pissed off. So they won't vote for you.
No, that can't be true. I think we need more. What? The matter? I think we need more.
I think he's going to hit the point where he's like, all right, either we go all in or it's over.
I think he's got the popularity or the circumstances to go all in.
Yeah, but see, he's like, what other choices does he have? His other choices, he gets elected out and then he goes to jail.
I mean, I don't think he has a choice. I think that is just what will happen. I mean, he also won't go to jail. Like, don't misunderstand. The Democrats are limp-dicked cowards who even if they let's be fair, are not winning off of the strength of their own like policies or charisma or anything like that. They're winning because the other side shot themselves.
It's so horrific. And people remember, like that fucking Mr. Krabs meme. Hey, wait a minute! I hate this guy.
Yeah. Like they're useless cowards. So don't expect Trump to get arrested, because if they arrest Trump and send him to jail, that starts the precedent of. Maybe presidents should be punished for their obvious crimes.
And they should be, but they're not going to.
And then it's like the last 3 presidents need to be called up for war crimes then.
I'd be fine with that. But they're not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do, but
yeah,
they won't
I just
do
like to add
it
that they should, that they won't, but they should.
But as I said, they won't want to set the precedent. I mean, hell, they've literally made it in the past with pardoning Nixon to prove that
that started
what
it.
You, do. You can do what you like. You are above the law because they literally will not allow you. Neither party will do it because they know full well that if they do, they have to be held to account too. It's like
they
if you
really don't want to.
It's like if you did try Biden for his obvious war crimes, then the question comes of, well, you have to try Obama for his obvious war crimes. Like, you know, he did okay strikes on a bunch of civilian targets and then lied about it. You then have to try George W. Bush for his false invasion of Iraq. Or invasion of Iraq under false pretenses. Or Clinton for the strikes he did. So none of them are gonna ever actually punish.
I mean, you don't need to try Trump for Iran. They tried Trump for many other things he's done.
Yeah, and think of all the other crimes that other presidents are guilty of that they don't want you to know that they did, or don't want the general public to.
Yeah, but there's no evidence of that yet.
Is there no evidence, or have they just not released the evidence?
They've released the evidence for Trump. They haven't released the evidence for other people.
Yeah, but they also had 4 whole years to try Trump for any of his crimes that he didn't.
And they just kept waffling, pretending like they were going to.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna do it. You have no idea. Oh, we're gonna hold him accountable, guys. Oh, you're not ready for it.
The only one that went through was the civil case in New York. And that's got nothing to do with the federal government.
Yeah.
You can posture and say they're doing it, or whatever. There was no actual court cases tried in federal court for him.
Nope.
Especially not for any of the things that he actually did do.
Oh no, you don't understand. Just give us some more time. Oh, we ran out of time. You elected him. Oh, that's a shame. Guess we're gonna throw that now. Damn, we could have maybe gotten him on that treason charge, but oh, he's elected now. Oh, we can't. Oh.
If there had been an actual will to ever actually prosecute Trump, they would have been able to do it in the span of the 4 years they had.
They would have done it by the end of the first fucking year.
Yeah. Not with all of the evidence they had to get him, but they didn't want to. And frankly, I think even if there was a will, I don't think they know how they would even do it. Because what do? You just send him to a regular jail? Gonna be weird to have to send the Secret Service in with him. What do? Just house arrest him? Doesn't really seem like a punishment that he then gets to live it up in a resort that he's not allowed to leave. But it's still a resort that he owns? I don't know, it's the whole process that people don't want to do because they don't like the implications of what would happen. And the implication would be people would not be above the law, and we can't have that.
Man, I can't have
that. Because then, next, if we start getting politicians for their obvious crimes, we might have to target business leaders, and we can't have that.
Oh, yeah, we really can't have that.
Maybe Lelouch was right.
Hey. Which part?
The part about the world being corrupt and needing to be destroyed.
I mean,
maybe what we need is a guy in a mask with mind-controlled high powers.
No. The beautiful thing is we don't need to actually do anything because the world's fucked. The world's doomed anyway because nobody's smart. Because nobody is smart or willing enough to go. Maybe we should. If we, what could have actually prevented these rising energy costs in Iran? If we'd have actually, invested in renewable energy sources and things like that.
No, I can't do that.
If your concern is we don't like Iran having a chokehold on the global economy through the Strait of Hormuz, why not just make it so you're much less reliant on oil in general? Then you don't have to worry
about... will
about...
be sad.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about, Iran or Russia, states that people don't get along with at the best of times, having the ability to blackmail people with energy. In fact, you'd cause those countries that you claim to not like devastating amounts of damage if suddenly their market for oil shrank. And no, and if you had like renewables, people wouldn't be feeling the shock of the
Yeah,
rise.
but then big oil wouldn't get their money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really what it comes down to. Everyone wants their cut, even though everyone getting their cut is impossible.
Even though people getting their cut, even though people getting a worse cut. Like big oil could just transition to another form of energy. It wouldn't like affect them nearly that much. If anything, it'd be easy.
Yeah, but their numbers would slightly go down for a little while.
They go down for a little bit. You can't do that.
But numbers would go down for like 5 years.
In some board, it's literally illegal for numbers not to go up. Like you can get sued by like the
infinite
shareholders.
growth.
Infinite growth is impossible.
Yeah.
Come on, we need infinite growth, guys. It's real. It's real.
Yeah.
Just like the Tooth Fairy.
Oh yeah, I'm saying we need some kind of supervillain.
And just wait for the climate crisis to kick in. Then they're all fucked. Then everyone's fucked.
Yeah, but I don't want everyone to be fucked. I just want them to be fucked.
But they're also, I mean, I think the height of getting revenge on people is dragging them down to hell with you.
I don't want it all to fall apart. I want them to get fucked and me to be okay.
Not on the cards.
Damn
It's
it.
all of us or none of us. Oh. But yeah, how are you, Sabo?
Went over to help my dad carry a desk to the curb. It ended up taking 2 hours of us disassembling the entire thing.
That's bad.
Well, it was easier. It was easier in the end, but I was like, if you were going to disassemble it to begin with, why did you even need me?
Why don't you just smash it?
This is what we did in the end.
No.
This one part just wouldn't come off, so we just.
It takes you 2 hours to get a hammer and smash a desk?
No, we unscrewed most of it until the very end. This one part just wouldn't come off, so I just ripped it off. I mean, there wasn't really enough room to smash it.
Not with that attitude.
That would require it to not be in a very tiny garage where there's almost no room to maneuver.
Smashy.
If we had a saw, we could have just cut it, but we didn't have a saw, or at least not a saw that would fit in that tiny space.
But the saws are thin.
Yeah, but you need the plug and enough room to saw it.
Don't you have a hacksaw?
I don't think my dad was going to hacksaw that. He would have used a powered saw.
It's uncivilized.
I mean, we had a hacksaw, but it's old and rusty and in the back.
You always have a fresh hacksaw because you never know when you're going to need one. Case in point.
I think he was just hoping we could carry it out and be done with it, but that was not in the cards.
No, it was in the garage. You just told us.
Yes. But hey, at least we have to take that one fridge.
I need the one fridge.
Oh well, there's still 3 in there.
So what you're saying is you could acquire them.
I don't have room for more than one fridge here, unfortunately.
Ow. Guess we'll just have to call you One Fridge Sabo now.
I know. So disappointing.
Worse than that, he's got one Sabo. Wait,
Oh,
one
worse than
Sabo,
that,
one
he's
Fridge
dead,
Sabo.
All those years of having so many fridges, and now they're all gone.
No! My refrigerator!
Is this your supervillain origin story?
Yes.
They took away my refrigerators.
I mean, I've had several supervillain origin stories at this point.
Hmm.
I just went and made fun of some Ruby people the other day.
But you've already won. Stop.
I know.
They're
Hey,
all
come on.
dead.
I know, but I don't like
is-
them having hope. I had to crush it.
Well, surely they've got no hope because literally nothing has been announced since like the 2 years since Viz bought it.
No, they're like I told you they've become Robotech, where they're just like any day now we're gonna get some new stuff as they milk us for cheap merchandise.
It won't happen. It's gone. It's dead.
It's just merch. They're just selling you merch. That's all you're gonna get anymore.
No. See, now that they've released all of the volumes, it means they're finally gonna get to work on that next volume, and then they're gonna do another volume, and then they're gonna do another volume, and they're gonna create all of Monty's dreams. Yeah, but they don't believe that, and I was.
Listen, whatever Monty had an idea, which he did not, he just wanted to make fight scenes, wasn't what they ended up doing, which was barely any fight scenes.
Also, I mean, Monty's idea was like over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's over. It's gone.
It went with him because there wasn't really an idea other than, let's think of another excuse to gets the girls to fight. I like it when the pretty girl hits things.
The idea was, I sure do love my Japanese anime.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, yeah, I'm not insulting Monty. I'm insulting the fans and the people that were then writing it afterwards, pretending that they were doing it.
That was the way it could have been.
That's what I'm making fun of.
Gone. We just need to accept that it's gone. It's a dead franchise.
It's just a little airborne. It's still good. It's still good.
This is an X franchise. It is no more. This Ruby is no more.
It's just a little waterlogged. It's still good. It's still good.
Until the entire fan base has been destroyed, my work is not done.
Fucking Doom guy here, except for with Ruby.
Can't you pick on like a another fan base? Like you feel like the Amazing Digital Circus people probably need to be taken down a peg.
Yeah, but I don't really give a shit about the Amazing Digital Circus. I watched an episode.
Oh damn! Yeah, you're in their sights now, boy. I just wanted people to know.
I'm mad about Ruby because I liked Ruby and I was trying to be part of the.
Me here looking to the left and to the right because right now my avatar is Kinger from Digital Circus.
And because I had actual taste and integrity, they drove me away, and that made Ruby fans my enemy. I watched Digital Circus and I was like, meh.
That was your origin story.
I mean, yeah, I've had several supervillain origin story at this point, but yeah, that was the first one. That was the first time in my life where I was like, I'm going to ruin these people. I'll have to break them before me.
Launch into your Disney villain song, please. But yeah, I actually don't mind the visuals, I guess. It's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, it's neat. I'll watch episodes when they come out, and then I don't interact with the fan base because they do seem really insufferable.
Oh, the fans are stupid.
And it's like, you know what? I just simply won't interact with them. I'll just like say to the people who I know.
I mean, that's always the case with fans. No,
yeah,
should have just ignore them.
I'll be like, hey.
Like, look at the fan art, and that's it.
That's true. I've never been able to be part of a fan base that I haven't either been driven away or otherwise gotten into arguments with. I guess
the thing is, well, you're going to because people are stupid.
I guess
if
Tails,
you interact with them.
Maybe Tails, but that's because I'm not particularly invested in Tails enough to really care. I'm like, play the games and it was fun.
I don't know what they're in the fan base.
Well, don't worry, because Bandai is also not invested in Tails.
Well, I mean, there is me being angry about Zestri because they picked the wrong waifu, but a lot of people agree with me on that. So Dan is not one of them.
No. Yeah, I'm sorry you like the boring one. That's your fault.
Yeah, but a lot of people like the boring one, so I feel vindicated.
Yeah, a lot of people are also wrong.
No, don't worry about Dan. He just has very particular tastes, and anything that's not part of that taste, he just dislikes.
Incorrect.
Oh yeah, so you're telling me if I don't pull out a short-haired punch girl, you're not gonna go.
Depends on the character.
Yeah, as I said, I don't mind Digital Circus. Just people do seem real weird about it, and not in the fun weird sort of way. You know what I mean? Like, you get fan bases where you're like, oh yeah, most people here are just are like gooning or being horny. It's like, yeah, whatever. At least like the art's good or people are fun. And then you get the ones who are just like really into it to a point of like, you maybe should go and do literally something else.
I haven't seen those ones. Oh, the only things I've seen are people that are not paying attention to what's going on. That's about all I've seen, like that kind of shit. But I don't know. But I also am fairly new to it. Like, I started watching it, like, this year. So I don't really interact with them much, and I'm just like, I'll just look... But I do it like I used to do with fan bases. The closest I'll let them get to me is some fan art, and that's about it. Any closer, and I start pulling out a knife.
But also might just be because we're like old, but it's also that thing that where it's just like I enjoy it, but it's just not like in my head forever kind of thing. You know, like how Simpsons and Dragon Ball Z abridged quotes are basically how we communicate.
Possible.
I don't feel like there's anything in a Digital Circus that hits me in that way.
I mean, I don't think that's a lot of things that don't hit things the right way.
And a lot of it is probably because of old, to be honest. Because in general, there's like, I don't really do that with newer shows where I quote them as much anymore. But that's, even if I really, really like them, I think it's just because, well, actually, to be fair, I did really like there's one line from the DuckTales thing I started finally watching that I really like from Glumgold, where he's just like, "You are the best of the cheapest," and I really like that line.
Oh yeah, I mean, DuckTales had a lot of quotable things, and that only came out
10 years ago now.
9 years ago.
Oh yeah, 9, you're right.
Is it weird if I say I can't watch that show because I'm like just sick of David Tennant? Which is weird to say because I don't have anything against him specifically.
I mean, he doesn't sound like David Tennant, so...
Yeah, but it's just more the fact of him being there. It's like, will you leave me alone?
But I mean, if you didn't read the
everywhere I
credits,
turn, I
you
see
wouldn't know
you.
it was him.
I mean, I can't say that for David Tennant, but I can say that for Seth Rogen.
Yeah, but the difference is that Seth Rogen's also just kind of a prick in general. David Tennant is, for all intents and purposes, a nice guy. It's just, he's everywhere I go.
I love that I'm being justified here.
I don't feel like it's a controversial opinion to go Seth Rogen is a prick. I think most people, even Seth Rogen to an extent, would agree that he's an insufferable prick and everyone hates him.
I was like, hey, we're announcing DuckTales, like, DuckTales, Darkwing Duck. It's like, oh, is it, like, based on that thing they wanted to do with the reboot cast? Nope! Oh, what is it? Seth Rogen! And I just wanted to scream. That's the thing I can say that isn't against terms of service. God.
Sometimes, but yeah, I don't know, sometimes just to a point of like, okay, yeah, I mean, I've seen you enough now, go away. Go back into your hole.
I can't
and by hole, I
think
mean Scotland.
I can't think of one where I don't hate the person I think that.
I think Ramesh Ranganathan, who is a name that I've said out loud, and literally only I will know who that is, but he's a prime example.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Guy, he's just in everything over here, like literally everything. It's almost a joke that he's in everything.
No, I mean, like, I can't think of one where it's like I'm tired of seeing them, and I don't have any kind of like animosity towards them because I have animosity for Seth Rogen, so he doesn't count.
What about Chris Pratt?
I mean, I have animosity about Chris Pratt.
Well, that's another one I have animosity towards, so he doesn't count either.
Yeah. Does he deserve it? Does he deserve your animosity?
Yes.
Yeah.
What would you do?
For what I don't know why he put what it is for Dan. For me, it was like the way he treated his first wife and also his autistic first child.
Honestly, that.
We're just kind of ghosting them, and I think there was like a Father's Day thing where he said like, "Oh, happy to be loved by my two wonderful children," and it's like, you have a third one, you massive cunt.
Yeah, that's honestly the reason.
I tried to put that out of my head.
But also, he's just not good in any of the roles he's in.
No.
So, it's not even like a case of, yeah, maybe the guy's a prick, but I enjoy his work. Like, there are some people who I'm like, oh, I don't like you as a person, but you do a good job, so I'll just pretend to not notice. With Chris Pratt, it's like, oh, you're a dickhole of a person, and you're a bad actor.
I knew it. Well, speaking of Chris Pratt, Star Fox is apparently going to be in Mario Galaxy.
Ah, yeah, I forgot to mention that because of the other conversation we had. I think it's fucking hilarious that they're only 2 movies in and they've already given up on it being a solo Mario film series.
I think
we ain't even had the Wario brothers in these fucking films yet.
I think it's more that they realize their cinematic universe isn't going to pan out, so they're just throwing in whoever they can.
No, I think this is them trying to kickstart it.
I don't know. I heard like this, the cinematic universe isn't really going to work because Nintendo isn't interested.
I mean, also it doesn't help when like you make it so The Legend of Zelda is going to be a live-action movie. So crossing over like Mario and Zelda like that's going to be a bit weird. And then they have no interest in doing any of the others because I mean I don't know. I don't think you can make like a G-rated Metroid movie.
Listen, they figured out how to make a Metroid game that wasn't a Metroid game, so they can figure it out.
Why? It's not hard to make Metroid G-rated.
Really, with all the like very obviously like alien-inspired like visuals and.
I mean.
Horrifying monsters. I know, it'd also be a bit weird to then turn like Ridley into...
I don't think Scary Monsters raises the rating at any point. It's about profanity and violence and sexual content.
Well, here's what you do. You take Mother Brain and you take it the one from Captain N, the Game Master.
Oh, the one that's voiced by the Little Shop of Horrors plant.
I'm the beautiful queen of Videoland.
I mean, Samus spends the entire movie in a robot suit and doesn't talk, so I don't think they have to worry about.
Well, no, that's why they'll bring in a fan favorite character, Mackenzie.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I don't think like Scary Monsters raises the rating. Like it can be the most nightmarish thing possible. As long as it doesn't curse or do anything sexual or show any blood, it's okay.
Sure about that.
Well, blood you can get around if you like make the blood funny colored.
But also, you know, you can't. It'd be just really weird to then like try and play off Ridley as like a comic relief joke villain like Bowser is.
Just have roar. Just have him be a big pterodactyl made of roars. That's what it is in the games anyway.
Well, it needs to be deeper than that. So that's why in this one we've given Ridley a tragic backstory where he had his lunch money stolen.
No, that's why in this movie we're making it so Ridley is the love interest for Samus.
Oh, there's already been fanfics that have done that. They're literally
there's fanfics that have done everything. It doesn't count.
That's true.
There's fanfics that tell us that Samus and Pikachu are a thing.
Pikachu.
I mean, it was actually a very prominent fucking ship when Brawl came out. Really.
I remember. Because you had people that were normal, like, oh, look, they're friends, or it's like, you know, she's a Pokemon trainer. And then you had the other.
And then you had and everyone else. Anyway, so yeah, so it's, I think, difficult to do Metroid in a capacity that will, like, blend well with, like, Mario. So then it's like, okay, what else have you got? Kid Icarus. No, nobody remembers that. Kirby.
I mean, that's kind of like the Year Avengers did. There was like drastically different genres and characters who all came together, and that's kind of why the first movie worked.
Are they really that drastically different, though?
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all kind of.
Thor was a like fantasy in the first movie where they made him goofy.
No, the first movie they made him an alien.
He was goofy in the first movie as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, he wasn't quite. Was he goofy? I thought like he kind of played it straight, and it was everyone else's reaction to him.
I mean, that's still
being this jolly Viking man.
Yeah, but it's when they have him like his introduction when he lands on Earth. He's like, "I am for God," and then he gets tased, and it's played for a laugh.
I mean, yeah, but
so he's like a comic relief character. Like he is. Yeah. The vast majority of the comedy in the movie comes from Thor being weird.
Yeah, but I feel like it's different from the later movies where he's like cracking jokes and being a fat.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's as bad as that. Like I think
it's like Die Hard. It's like Die Hard's humor, which is entirely on John McCain not wanting to be there. and being very different from the stereotypical action hero of the time who was like, oh yeah, I jump at the chance to shoot bad guys, and he's just like crawling around beds going, what the fuck am I doing here? I should have stayed home.
Or getting stuck in Harlem with a placard on him. I know that's the third movie, but I like the third movie.
And Captain America was a period piece.
Yeah. Period piece
He's
where he
frozen in ice anyway.
Yeah. I remember that part.
But
I remember that part of the Second World War when the Nazis developed laser technology and used it to build a super plane that crashed in the Arctic. There could always been like high-flying fantasy.
Yeah, I know, but I mean the genre. They weren't all Iron Man with like.
Yeah, they weren't all the exact same movie. Yeah, but I'm just saying is that there was also like a difference in audience, right? Like, even though kids watched it, you could still like say it's like a general audience aimed at 12 and up as well. Whereas with like the Mario movie, it's like exclusively aimed at kids and then weirdo 40-year-olds who.
I'm gonna say there was a shocking amount of references to like 90s Mario stuff in that movie. I don't think kids would know who freaking Uncle Tony was. I'm surprised. I didn't even know who Uncle Tony was. It had to be explained to me.
I have an Uncle Tony.
Well, Uncle Tony is like a guy they talked about on the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, who's like thinks, oh yeah, Uncle Tony eats all our food.
I forgot about that even.
Hey, yeah, because.
And I have that.
Oh,
I have the DVD set of that.
I mean, I haven't watched it in years, but yeah, like they refer to Uncle, and sure enough, in the movie, there's an Uncle Tony who has Tony written on his name jumper, so you know who he is, and his gag is he eats all their food.
My Uncle Tony broke his hand punching out someone who had broken into his house.
Well,
a little different.
I mean,
except I need to add a slight addition to that. It was someone he thought had broken into his house. It was in fact a mirror that he'd mistook in his drunken state.
Yeah, that seems about right. I was gonna say, well, clearly it's because you don't punch out intruders. You're not allowed to do that over there.
Yeah. So instead, he saw some guy who went to go and have a piss. He saw someone in his bathroom and he punched him. And it was the wall.
Get out of my house! Bring out me!
I remember one of my grandmother's neighbors had somebody break in and she just shot him with an unregistered gun. And like she had to go to court over it, and the judge was like, "Ma'am, that gun is unregistered." And she goes, "Yeah, I bet his was unregistered too."
So, two wrongs don't make a right.
Would have been really funny. You know, it'd be really funny if the judge was like, actually, his is registered. Huh? Yeah, he registered it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. She got away with self-defense.
I'm just saying.
I mean, it was mostly because she was an old lady, and like he was a.
So she had less to contribute to society. Give her the chair.
Yeah, no, that's not how.
You'll never take me alive, coppers!
That's the idea!
That's not how New Jersey works.
No wonder you've got so much crime.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying, if you'd have killed that old woman, we would have reduced crime in the state.
Judge Dredd over here.
Oh, I don't believe in ISO cubes. More like the Punisher, but original Punisher. Littering in my neighborhood! The M4.
Hans! Get the N4! They jaywalked!
Next time, Spider-Man, I'll use lethal weapons.
No more glue gun for you.
Shoot him down!
Oh yeah, I remember the original Spider-Man. Well, not the originals, but the '90s Spider-Man, where it's like Neil drops in with their fancy guns that just shoot glue.
Yeah, let's introduce Punisher in a series where we can't really say kill. We have to say destroy and.
Not only could they couldn't say kill. They couldn't have realistic firearms, and Spider-Man couldn't punch anyone.
Oh, so he could punch. They just that one they actively chose not to do for some because John Semper Jr. has explained that they probably could have got away with it more, but they wanted to try and not do it as much.
There were a couple times where he did punch, but it was very rare.
Yeah, that one was more self-inflicted overall, whereas, like, oh yeah, the gun one, like, yeah, they couldn't do that. Only Warner Brothers and the one time Disney would let them do it.
And Warner Brothers even eventually reneged on that, too.
Yeah.
Back with X-Men, where they all use laser guns.
I mean, helps.
Except
Why are you so happy, Dexter? I finally found my laser gun!
Except they all, like most of the Friends of Humanity just had like regular guns that shot lasers. Like they straight up showed a guy just like loading a clip into his rifle and then lasers.
A laser clip.
Yeah.
His
You know,
laser
as you
rifle. These hick racists.
They appear to be locking lasers on us, sir. Lasers.
But yeah, so for some insane reason they were like, let's use Punisher for an extended period in the 90s.
And what's funny is they even gave him like a pretty accurate fucking backstory.
Yeah, yeah. Like the backstory's fine, like the same, and then they even like say in canon he has killed people. They just don't say kill, and then his like techie
He's
guy.
destroyed people.
Yeah, then his techie guy is like, "Hey Frank, if you want to improve your image, no lethal force on this one." And I'm like, "What fucking image do you think he has? He's a psychotic murderer.
He's fine with that. He doesn't care.
He's a psychopath. Everybody knows it. It's always that weird thing whenever people like try and. I've kind of said before that like Punisher's one of those characters who almost like should or exclusively exist in his own world if you want to make him a protagonist.
Yeah.
Because he just can't square that circle with the rest of the Marvel universe, where everybody else just kind of hates his fucking guts.
Yeah, he just does not really work in the universe in a way that makes sense without him being like I've said it before. Like it's bonkers to me the idea that he's there and isn't constantly being jumped by Daredevil and Peter.
Or any of the other heroes that run around New York, because all these fuckers operate in one city. At least in, like, DC, you could theoretically just have him operate in a city where other supers don't really run around in.
Yeah.
In Marvel, it's like everybody's in New York. So Punisher has to dodge not only Spider-Man and Daredevil, there's Luke Cage, there's Iron Fist, the Fantastic Four, sometimes Iron Man, sometimes the Avengers, sometimes all of the Avengers.
They're never home.
The X-Men.
Damn it! I hate this spider room. I hate this fucking spider room. I hate this fucking spider room. I hate this fucking spider room.
Yeah, suddenly developing arachnophobia.
Not phobia. Rage! It's not fear, it's annoyance!
Oh yeah, we talked about the AI bubble about to pop.
Yeah.
Man, now we have to pay for my own porn. I mean, yes. AI slapped eye.
I mean, I won't judge you. Actually, no, that's a lie. I will judge you a lot. I'll just pretend I'm not. I'll just say I'm not judging you. Yes, that'll do.
That'll do, don't care. That'll do.
I mean, problem with Shrek's Scottish accent, right, is he's legible. It's not a true Scottish accent.
That's because he's not actually Scottish.
Yeah, he's just pretend Scottish, I know, but he's down with the Didney.
Didney, wow!
Oh. Bet he's never
Where are you
even
going?
been to Westphalian. But yeah, AI dying. Oh no, too bad, so sad anyway.
Oh no.
I'm sure China will keep it going.
Yeah.
Because they don't care.
I mean, they care about money. That's the
Yeah,
big
but
problem.
I mean, they don't care about copyright infringement.
Oh, but Sora's not dying because of copyright infringement. Sora's dying because there's no money.
Yeah.
They don't like. Remember, Disney signed $1 billion investment deal specifically with Sora. So copyright for at least Disney stuff, which is a lot of stuff, wasn't a problem.
I feel like something had to have happened behind the scenes, because even though they knew money was bad, like they went from like, we're gonna shut down Sora to Sora is basically completely dead.
Oh, I mean, what happened?
Within like 36 hours.
Rising energy costs, man.
I know, but I mean, I think they were like, they looked at like Iran and they were like, oh shit, this isn't gonna work.
Well, it's a combination of factors, because bearing in mind, Sora did not have like a strong user base.
It did, just most of them were freebies.
I mean, it did at the start, but its user base like plummeted, and then you had things like chat like.
That's because everyone was using third-party, like applications to farm bots.
Yeah, and then it's still like their user base is still shrinks, and their costs go up, and you know you have other competitors show up, which also shrinks the market more. And then, yeah, you just have rising costs. And bearing in mind, like, OpenAI has never been profitable ever. And so with, like, you know, gas prices, energy prices going up, an economy that's looking more and more like it's about to hit it's going to hit recession, and investors finally starting to go, are we actually going to get a return on this money we gave you? Yeah.
Yes!
Because bearing in mind, it's not even just that Sora went under, Metaverse also went under. You know, 10 years worth of development and it's gone now.
And what was it all for?
Nothing. It was to spend billions of dollars and waste them.
If only our laws of physics were better.
It's not even, I mean,
man,
I guess, but...
if only.
Only our law of energy conversion was better.
I mean, problems are... There's just so many problems with the entire economy of AI on like every level. Because yes, the energy conversion rate is awful. The water consumption is awful. The space required for data centers is awful. The price of buying equipment for the data centers is awful. The size of the data centers and the construction is awful. In fact, most of those, and yeah, all of the major companies just trading back the same like billions of dollars of investment over and over and over again with each other to artificially inflate their numbers is also not a great look. And also you have other things like crypto's doing bad again. And yeah, other factors, people getting, with like war in Iran, people getting a lot more conscious of not wanting to spend money on a pipe dream of maybe, just maybe we'll get money back on this investment at some point. And also, just once again, they spend so much money. Like, eye-watering amounts of money on nothing.
You just gotta believe!
Yeah. And it could only have ever worked if you'd have had, like, the entire human race as a user base, and that was just never gonna happen.
Clearly, we have to be more tech-savvy first.
It's not even about just being tech-savvy, it's just the simple fact of it's, impossible to get the user base required at the prices required.
Okay,
bearing in mind,
I need to go back to the spider. Yeah.
He loves the Spider-Man. Bearing in mind, like, we're also in a world where the cost of living just keeps increasing, but wages don't increase to compensate.
They should probably do
well,
something.
Yeah, they got to
that.
keep the they got to keep their infinite money going. So you can't.
They should probably do something about that one of these days before people start writing.
Yeah, you'd think so, but you have wages remain stagnant. Inflation's on the rise. Cost of living's on the rise. Like, even things like rent prices increase, which, you know, people do need to live somewhere. And the general response, from
I think they're just not trying hard enough.
I mean, funny enough, that's also what a lot of the people in power say. I think the CEO of BlackRock, that big well, the big investment company basically said in a letter that the big problem is that we need to get more people on the stock market. Because if everybody is on the stock market, then the market will sort itself out. It's like, no? All you would do is just have the exact same problem you have now, which is the vast inequality of wealth. Yeah. You could complain like lefty commie, whatever, but it's true.
Yeah,
wealth inequality is at such a high that it is an active detriment to everybody. I mean, I always question this whenever it comes up with wealth. How much could you realistically actually spend in a year?
That's a good question. It's not always something I've thought about.
Because
unlimited?
Yeah, but could you though? Really? Because at a certain point,
if I put my mind to it,
if you really wanted to, you could spend a couple million in a year, sure. But I don't feel like when we're talking like you're earning, even if you're earning like as if this isn't still like life-changing amount of money, even if you're earning like $5 to $6 million per year, that's still more than enough that you're very unlikely to be spending the vast majority of your income per year. Like if you think how much, I'm not obviously don't disclose how much you guys earn, but how much if you like earn a, let's say, average salary, like more often than not, you don't have a whole lot of leftover for savings in today's world.
Yeah.
So you are fundamentally spending most of your paycheck per year. If you reach that point where you are earning such fantastic amounts of money, or your net worth is so much, like, what do you actually do with all of that money that you have? You can't. Like, what can Elon Musk actually do with his money? Like, he can't spend it all.
Like, after a certain point, even if you start like buying like the little stupid shit you want, that runs out at a certain point. You're like, oh.
Yeah. But eventually you will just buy all of the things that you want, all of the stupid things that you want. And so, yeah, maybe, taxing people on wealth when they have like wealth at that level might be a good idea when they clearly have too much money that they actually don't know what to do with it. Because, a 5-10% or even hell, like a 20% increase on tax on high earners is hardly going to break the bank on them. It's like, oh no, you'll have to downgrade to the super exclusive yacht.
Oh man, what am I gonna
Except
do?
they won't. But these are the conversations that people don't want to have because much like most problems in society, they're all incredibly easy to actually solve. It's just nobody actually has the will to solve them. Like, oh man, we have this climate crisis, what do we do? I don't know, actually implement any of the net zero policies that we keep threatening to talk about. We know Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz, now we're facing a global energy crisis. What do? I don't know, wean the world off of relying solely on fossil fuels so that when there is a crisis like this...
It's even worse because there is research into technology, so they constantly try to fucking either just destroy it, undermine it, or not fund it.
Yeah. I mean... Put it this way, the amount of money that it would cost to start upgrading things and moving towards like renewable energy sources is so much less than the price is to maintain what we already have.
Our status quo, yeah.
This costs will rise on that. Like that is like there is no magic bullet that will make it so costs won't just increase dramatically on non-renewable energy sources like fossil fuels. So the easy solution is to spend the money now that is less money than it will be in the future. Because in the future it will be, you have to spend all the money keeping the infrastructure and the status quo as is, which will then increase, and then spend the money on all the renewables that you could just spend now and solve these problems. But these are all solutions that will take 5, 10, 20 years to fully implement, so people don't want to do it because they won't see the benefits.
And the fucked up part is doing it also would be good because it also would create new jobs, and new jobs mean more money, and into people's hands, and more money means they'll spend more money, which means you get the idea.
Yep. Or hell, invest money in public transport so it's not dog shit for you guys.
Yeah, like our public our public transportation is absolutely terrible.
Like, hey. New York City mostly functions, and you know why? Because it actually has good public transportation, because it has the subway, and it has buses, and all things like that. Invest it so, yeah, not every city can have a subway system, but you can have, trams and things like that. You can have improved bus services. You could have more rail links. These are all the kind of things that people would do in sensible cities to, you know, make it so it is a lot easier for people to get from point A to point B. Because, hey, if you also have, like, good public transportation, that also frees up a lot of space on the roads because people who have to travel can have an option that's not travelling by car. So all the motorists out there would benefit.
Even, like, me, like, I own a car, but there are times I don't even want to drive, or, like, I'm, like... Or, like, what have you, or, like, for example, like, when I went to Connecticut a couple years ago, I took a Greyhound. I was like, I don't really want to drive my car all the way up there when, like, I'm going to be ridden around most of the time when I'm there. So I'm just going to leave my car at home, and I'm just going to take the bus there, and, yeah. Mind you, it's still a pain in the ass the way to do that, because I still had to get dropped off in Philly. If it was better, I'd be able to get you know, take a bus here, and then, you know, make it work.
Better, you wouldn't even need to take a bus. You could take a train.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, train system here is so shit that if I wanted to take a train to the same spot, I would be hopping, like, 4 trains.
Yeah.
And I'd also have to drive the train.
Yeah. You could have, like, so many... If you actually invest in public transportation instead of, like, allowing cunts like Elon Musk to undermine public transportation systems so he could plug this Hyperloop concept that literally will never work, and any fundamental, like, basic understanding of, like, the mechanics of any of this shit, you know, from the way in which public transport actually works to basic fucking physics and math, can tell you that, like, Hyperloop is a bad idea and will never work. And yet we keep saying, no, this time it will definitely work.
This time it will work. It'll be just like on Star Trek.
I mean, I hate to tell you this, but on Star Trek they have buses, they're called shuttles.
That is true.
What is a shuttle but a space bus? So, yeah, I don't know, all of the, like, life's problems are relatively simple, it's just a matter of do people actually want to, you know, solve it.
Do it.
Yeah. And the answer is no, because most people are driven by, greed and,
instant
stupidity.
gratification. It's like, well, if I can't have it now, what's the point?
Where you allow things like lobbyists, which I think should be illegal.
Yep.
Like, I feel like if anyone spends any amount of money on a politician, even if you just say, like, oh, well, it's just a treat, like, I'm treating the dinner, it's like, I would be immediately like, alright, well, you're both in cuffs and you're going to jail forever, so have fun with that. Which sounds draconian and harsh, but, you know, that's how you gotta make these people learn. If people have the fear that, like, they will lose their legs if they do something wrong, they're less inclined to do something wrong. And case in point it should be the case for, like, lawmakers, because, you know, they make the laws, therefore if they don't follow the laws, they should suffer the most. That would be, if I was in charge, that would be it. If you're a lawmaker or a police officer or anyone like that in any kind of, like, enforcement body, in order to combat corruption, it would be, alright, zero tolerance policy, and if you're found guilty, maximum punishment. No matter how small the crime, no matter what it is, maximum punishment. Oh, I'm sorry. You let the NRA guy give you a $5 gift card for Costco. All right, well, you're on death row now. Have fun with that.
There's something really funny that the idea of being put in death row for a $5 gift card from Costco. That is honestly really funny.
It's bribery.
It is. But just that specific combination makes it funny. Is all I'm saying.
Zero tolerance and maximum punishment. That is my platform. Shoot them all and let God sort them out. Anyway. How about them video games, huh? They sure are releasing.
They sure are.
Oh, no, the only big game that's come out recently is Slay the Spire 2, and I don't want to play it at the moment. Because I don't really like getting games in early access, and B, yeah, there is no B. I just don't like getting games in early access. I prefer to get games when they're, you know, released.
That's fair. I know some friends of mine are really into it right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like you see all the horror stories of games that are in early access for basically ever. And I get it. It's a way to raise funds. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
I feel like it'll still happen because these are also the devs that are working on the Castlevania games that come out this year.
Yeah.
So like they're gonna get money from that.
Yeah, as I said, it's more the case of my own thing is I'll just buy the game when it's actually out.
Oh yeah. That's why I still need to pick up Hades 2. I didn't pick up Hades 2 during its early access because I was like, I want to wait till it's done. There's a couple of games I've done it that are like lesser known. Just to be like, alright, here's your $5. I'm gonna be over here waiting till it's done, though.
I did it exactly once, and it was for Minecraft. Because everybody was playing Minecraft at the time.
Minecraft!
Yeah.
They sure love to play with their brown bricks in Minecraft.
I mean, I still remember when we hung out on a Minecraft server.
We did.
And I let you stay in my basement.
I did live in your basement. I didn't feel like building shit, because I usually in those games, all I ever do is basically just become someone's, like, glorified bodyguard, because I just don't care for building shit in those games. I think the most I ever did was build a floating castle one time. Or an elaborate bomb network just to blow up half the servers. I thought it was funny.
Fair.
I also don't have time to do that kind of shit these days, though.
Yeah, I just wanted to build my big robot statue.
Which that's also fair.
No, I did, so...
I'm gonna try to get back to the area where data is saved, and I'll probably stop for today. This dungeon is fucking confusing and long. These fucking spiders!
I know, he's going full Green Goblin.
Avenge me! Attack the spiders! Oh! That did remind me of something. So, they did announce another spider person for Tokon battle. It's Penny.
Oh yeah, I did see. But now she's on the Tachikoma. Now she's on a Tachikoma instead of on an Eva.
Which I think is neat.
Yeah, no, I did watch the trailer. I'm like, that's cool.
But what I do think is funny...
Whenever Star-Lord was on screen, I was like, get out of here. Out of the way, you.
Wait, for Star-Lord? Or wait, hold on.
Yeah, for Star-Lord.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about Star-Lord.
Yeah, exactly. Every time he was on screen, I was like, out of the way, you.
Oh, pushing Star-Lord away for Penny, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
It's like, aww. But, what was it? So some people are very unhappy that she's in. By some people, I mean Miles Morales fans.
Yeah, they got a whole movie. She can have one game.
Listen, he's only had a game, 2 movies, the 3rd one coming out, other game appearances. That's not enough.
I mean, arguably, he had a game and a half if Spider-Man 2.
True. But what I think was funny about it was, so now they're mad at the character. And I'm thinking back to when the second Spider-Verse came out and they were mad at Gwen and shipping her with Penny. Man, these guys are not loyal to nobody.
Spider-Man fans, I don't know what they want. I mean, the only thing I have against Penny, it's more of like a joke, is I just find it very funny that Rivals Penny is just straight up diva. Like,
Gameplay-wise...
yeah, I mean, maybe not exactly gameplay-wise, but you know what I mean, like, visually and everything else, that's just diva.
I mean, to be fair, well, technically it's a weird Ouroboros situation, because Diva's design and plug suit was just an Eva one, and Penny was already an Eva reference.
I mean,
so we're kind of just, it's just kind of in the same world.
Evangelion is based off of like thoughts related to Mazinger Z. So when you think about it, it's all just Mazinger.
It's all just Mazinger, yeah. Which is all just Gigantor.
Which is all actually War of the Worlds.
I'm gonna say no. It's actually Tenshin 28.
Sorry, when did Tenshin 28 come out?
It came out after the Worlds, but War of the Worlds doesn't count.
Did it come out before War of the Worlds? I think not.
No, but War of the Worlds doesn't count.
Get on my level, loser.
Tripods don't count.
Why not?
Because they don't have the humanoid shape. They cannot inherit the humanoid
No,
soul.
they have the Martian shape. They were built by Martians.
Yeah, it was so what Martians did the second they saw something vaguely humanoid. They worshipped it. And created their entire culture around this one anime.
No, they're Genosian. Genosians? What is the Jupiter? Oh, what is the term for Jupiter? People from Jupiter. They were from Jupiter.
Oh yeah, Jovians. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they were Jovians.
The Martians were just. The Martians were just.
Fuck! I'm here again.
It's those damn Jupiter people, man.
Yeah, who else came from Jupiter?
Zone of the Enders.
Sirocco.
It's true, he did.
Damn Sirocco.
You know what else Jupiter people technically are? Space noise.
Yeah, we all know how we feel about space noise here.
Fucking space noise.
Quick! Get the lowercase t! It's a good thing the space noids aren't people.
Right? Imagine they were people thumbing my nose.
It'd be horribly racist.
It's like the clanker bit.
At least more justified, because when you kill a space mod, you can say, and that's for Australia.
It's true. They did destroy Australia.
I mean, there's only one species there's only one group that's allowed to destroy Australia, and it's the cane toad.
I'm escaping to the one place that can kill Australia.
Toads?
Yeah.
I was going to say, because the cane toad's doing a pretty good job.
Why would he do?
They got introduced to combat pests on farms in like the 1900s, and basically they didn't eat the pests they were supposed to eat, but they did eat a whole bunch of other shit, and they're so toxic and nothing in Australia is capable of digesting them so without dying, so they have no natural predators, so they can just breed and consume.
They consider just killing them.
There are a lot of toads. People, you don't understand how many toads there are. And Australia doesn't do well in fighting wars with animals.
It's true.
But yeah, it's the classic case of invasive species introduced, and it causes chaos to a natural habitat or it causes chaos to an ecosystem because the ecosystem hasn't evolved to around them. Like any time sort of people meddle in nature, it's like when they removed the wolves from Yellowstone, and it basically caused like mass deforestation because the deer were left unchecked to breed and feed on the plant life. So they had to bring the wolves back. It's a delicate balance.
There are two wolves inside of you.
Yeah, and both of them should be eating a deer in Yellowstone. I think it was Yellowstone. It was one of the national parks where they removed wolves, and it was a very bad idea, actually.
I think it was Jellystone.
No, that's got bears.
Only one bear, not two bears.
What about Boo Boo?
I said two bears.
Oh,
And there's a third bear. That's the girl.
Oh,
I forgot all about her.
I forgot her name.
I don't remember Yogi there being a third female bear.
There's a girl bear. I don't remember much about her other than she was a girl bear, so her personality is probably just girl.
She wasn't in
what
the
that
airship
means.
show.
She probably was in the airship show and you forgot it, but I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
did she partake in the Laugh Olympics?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I haven't watched those shows in like 35 years.
Yeah, there might be a reason for that.
Because they're so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because for the longest time you couldn't watch them because they were gone.
Yeah, also that. Warner Brothers bought out Hanna-Barbera and then did nothing with most of what they got. Just Scooby.
By the time they got everything on the internet, I didn't care anymore.
Yeah. It's like, Yogi Bear, who cares?
I do like the, that just reminded me that, was it that shitpost someone made back in the day of, like the alternate ending to, the movie, where, like, Boo Boo shoots Yogi to collect the bounty.
Is that the movie? Is that a live-action movie?
Yeah, someone made a parody fake ending to the movie, like, back in the day, where, what was it, where Boo Boo goes to collect the money, and, like, Yogi knows what's happening and goes, oh, hey, there's some dust on this painting, let me go get it, and then Boo Boo shoots him in the back of the head.
I think the only thing I know about that movie, other than I think...
Which, by the way, is a reference to a thing that actually happened in history! There was, I can't remember I can't remember who it was, the actual crook. But, basically, they worked with the sheriff to, like, yeah, we'll collect the bounty on our boss. Yeah. And, but they made the mistake of shooting him while doing that while he was unarmed, so they got arrested for murder.
I mean, it sounds to me like they just got outplayed.
Yeah.
The sheriff was like, yeah, sure, we'll work together. I won't arrest you at all. Wink.
I would never.
I think the only thing I know about that live-action Yogi Bear movie is that isn't the ranger played by Thorne from Flash TV show?
Oh.
I don't know his name. I don't know names. I barely remember your name.
Who are you?
Don?
Tim? Todd!
Yeah, that was him.
Jimmy!
Oh no, look at he's brain blasting all over the place.
Or Jimmy!
Thank God Discord cut out there.
I think it's, I don't know if it did for the stream, but Discord doing that probably sounded way funnier than it actually playing out.
I heard you start and it was like the perfectly cut screen bit, and I was like, I already know what he's doing, and frankly, I don't need to hear it.
The Discord's like noise removal, probably like, no, you don't need to hear that.
No, I don't think so.
I need to do more perfectly cut stream things on my own with my voice, because that is fun to do.
You should just make a soundboard of your screams. That won't get annoying.
No, not at all. I would just want to have various cartoon sound effects. I do like one streamer that I watch, she does, rather than putting it on like a soundboard, which she could easily do, is she buys like little trinkets to make the sounds, because she thinks it's so much funnier that they're lower quality that way. And I kind of agree. I love low quality audio jokes.
Because you're a low quality audio joke.
Yes!
Da 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 da. Done.
He's right.
Why you burn me? I'm right.
I'm not booing. I agree.
No, I said why. I was saying boo earns.
Boo earns.
Simpsons reference.
The fuck is a Simpsons? Oh, yep, this is the final boss area. Looking at the time, I think we'll save this for next time. Maybe next time will probably be a shorter stream.
Right.
But, yeah, we'll, because I'm pretty sure I entered, especially with the music cutting off, I enter here, this elevator, and then it's the boss fight and then cutscene, so it'll be fairly short next week, unless I just feel like, for the fuck of it, just play something for a little bit afterwards, like something that I can just, like, maybe like a run in a roguelike or something like that, but, yeah, I'm like 90% sure I go in that elevator, and then the final boss hits, and then the final cutscene, and that's it.
And then it's over.
Yes. And looking at time, I'm like, I know I gotta feed my cats. They're staring at me like, "Grr." So.
Fuck off, cat.
So I think it's time to leave.